Hello Flosstube, it's Kim with Kim J Inspired. Hello, yay, we've made it through another week. I hope yours was good. Mine was, it was great. It had a lot of amazingly great things to happen. I found out there's someone selling cross-stitch supplies pretty much right down the street from me. I'm going to talk more about that later because it is extremely exciting to talk to another stitcher who is just so close to your house. I mean, we have a lot of stitchers in the area where I live, and I'm just getting to know a lot of them. Some of them I've been watching their Flosstubes and following. I just don't always comment because I'm really bad about not commenting. I'll usually hit a like and just support them, but I'm just so terrible about not comments when I know I love to read your comments. So that was a really fun week. It was just otherwise a lot of challenges. I watched a lot of Flosstube and a lot of Golden Girls just for stress relief this week. So I am off for 3 days though. We kind of have bankers off days where I work. And so I'm off Monday, so I'm kind of excited because I hope to get a lot of stitching in and some finishing on some projects that I've wanted to get done. I may do that today. So welcome. If you are new here, I might as well go. I don't think I told you guys that this is a channel about cross stitch. This is number 32 for me. I can't believe that I've done 32 of these. We do talk sometimes, as you can tell, about life and about what's going on. If you like what you see and you're new here, please subscribe. There is a button down below. I want to thank everyone who subscribes. I love getting to know you. It's been kind of fun. I just feel like I love this community, and I feel like I have like a whole bunch of new friends in the past 32 weeks since I've been doing these. I am going to stick to doing these on Saturdays. We had talked about changing the day, but this kind of works. I may shoot on a Friday, some and post on a Saturday, but this actually does kind of work. So yeah, it is exciting. It has been kind of an exciting week. I got a lot of stitching done. I got a lot of projects done that I'm pretty excited to show you. And so let's just get to it. So there is, guys, if you know, I love Kathy Haberman in Hands-On Design. She posted a freebie in honor of her that just fell on my foot. That's okay. She posted this freebie a week or two ago in honor of her 32nd anniversary. It's really cloudy here, so I'm hoping there's not a glare. Hopefully you can see that. I'm also going to post this below in case you can't see it. This says love you, and it has some hearts and some arrows, and it's on some gorgeous pink fabric. And this is a gorgeous finish. My son and I, that's what we say every time that we get off. We text a lot. You guys know we talk all the time. So we always say love you at the end of every text that we do. We say it when we are leaving each other. So I wanted to stitch that for him, but hey, he is not going to want all of that pink. If you guys, pardon me, I got to pick up what I dropped. Pulled a hamstring there. Woo. If you guys are familiar and remember, for those of you who have been watching for a long time, and thank you to all you guys who've been watching for a long time. You remember the color block project from the summer and early fall where he just wanted these basic colors, and we framed it in this ugly white frame, but that's what he likes. He likes basic. So I looked at that pattern, and I don't know, I just was sitting around Thursday kind of feeling blah. It's been a lot of rain around here. You guys, there's just a lot of craziness going on. So what I decided to do was I pulled out some 28 count even weave from MCG. I'm going to talk about MCG fabrics a little bit later. And it's a very bright white. That's what I love about this. And I just took some 310 DMC and just stitched love you. I left out the arrow and the hearts. I thought that might be creepy for a mother to give something with an arrow and hearts to her son. I don't know. But he loves this. It's very simple. And I framed this in a 5x10 frame that I had on hand. And he has been very thankful for it. And he will get this tomorrow during our, I guess we're having brunch tomorrow. I don't know. Steve is sitting right there as usual. Hello, Steve. So yes, I'm pretty excited about giving that to him tomorrow. So that was one thing. Now, poor old Steve, I didn't stitch anything. I wasn't feeling Valentines, per se, the reds and the pinks and all of that. I really wasn't feeling that this week. But I did a few years ago. Steve has received a Valentine's project from me, so don't think he's been left out all these years that I've been stitching. This is a tuck pillow that basically, if you can see here, and basically you tuck the design in. I need to glue that down or sew it down or something. And I put a pillow form in here. I bought the pillow form off of Etsy or eBay. I don't remember. I bought this years ago. The design is from our friend Jean Farish, and I love it. It's from a very, very old Just Cross Stitch magazine that I have had in stash for a very long time. I think it's from the 80s. So the little design, Someone Stole My Heart, I stitched it and tucked it into this cute little pillow with all the little hearts in it. What is so cool is Jean Farish and I have been Facebook friends for a while, and I posted this. This might have been 5 or 6 years ago. It's at least 5 years ago that I did this. And I posted this, and she said, oh my goodness, that's my design. I went back and pulled out the Cross Stitch magazine, and yes, it was from Jean. It was so cool that, hey, that I stitched something from Jean and didn't even know it. She has wonderful, wonderful patterns, and I really enjoy watching her Flosstube. I highly recommend it if you want to learn some specialty stitches and hear a little bit about the history of our craft. She's very knowledgeable. Steve is going to put this pillow, I told him, I said, protect this with your lives. He's going to put it somewhere where it will, over on the sewing machine box that I have. Yeah, I bought a sewing machine. It's kind of supposed to be a secret, I guess. Well, I kind of spoiled that. I don't know, guys, when I'm going to use it, but I have bought one. I'm going to teach myself to sew. We'll see how that works. Okay, I'm not getting my hopes up. It might sit in that box for a while. So that is my Valentines little stitching story there. Let's get to my whips from this week. I am hoping that we don't have a whole field of birds like we did last week that distracted me. We'll see, but there's a part of me that I've looked at the window twice, I think, or maybe 3 times, because the window is right over there. It is very dull and gray here again today. So it's been a long week, and I was like, oh my goodness, did I stitch on One Nation? And I remembered that I stitched on it after I finished taping this video last week, and I stitched on it for a while. If you are new, this is the One Nation project by Bygone Stitches. I was hoping to finish this by the end of the year, and I was doing, much like Janet Jabber did, 1 star and 1 state a week, but I did a restart. I was doing it on some 18 count oatmeal. The whites and the ecrus and the stars were just not showing up. So I ordered some Vintage Country Mocha, also 18 count. I decided I wanted to do 18 count because I haven't been stitching on linen and even weave, but about 1.5 years, even though I've been stitching 25 years, which is okay. Stitch on what you like. Stitch on what makes you comfortable. I do. I stitch on what I like. So I bought 18 count also in Vintage Country Mocha. Last week I just had the DE in Delaware done, so apparently I got a lot done last Saturday. Got one of the stars done, a little bit more on the blue, and as you can see, I have got part of New Jersey started because that is the 3rd state, and I finished all of Pennsylvania. I'm going to be working on this today. My original goal was to work on it on Fridays, but I thought, you know, this is such a big project and I want to, you know, try to get it done when I can, that I decided that I would work on it. Usually on the weekends, most weekends I have a day where I could stitch for 5 or 6 hours at a time. And so I've decided that I'm going to save it for one of the long weekend days. So I will be actually, and this is scheduled, I'm going to stitch on this today. We don't really have any plans today. It's kind of nasty outside. We're not going to go anywhere in the rain. We're old. We don't do that. So I'll be stitching on that today. My new goal, okay, Steve, you're going to set that up because that's not going to work. My new goal is to finish it by my birthday of 2022. My birthday is in April, so hopefully I can finish it then, but it needs to go over here. Hopefully I can finish it then, but I may not. This thing does not want to stand up. It is giving me all kinds of trouble. You might have to turn it around. I don't know. It's a lot of fabric in there. When I'm stitching it, there's just like fabric everywhere. So that was the first thing that I worked on. Now, my son Lee was here on Sunday, and as you know, guys, I work on a project that I do for him every time that he is spending time with us where we're just hanging out. I did not work a lot on this, maybe hour and a half, because we spent a lot of our time talking and eating. Yeah, we eat a lot. Probably tell by my chubby face. This is from the Stranded Stitch. I didn't do the color picture on this. I just have a black and white printer, and I just have it. I might download the picture next time I work on it so you can see the different colors. This is a LaCroix can. We're doing this because my son is addicted to that kind of mineral, sparkly water stuff, and I hate it. No offense to you guys who love it. I tried it, and I was like, no. And I've tried it in like 2 different flavors. I actually bought some for myself, so I might like this. So this is where I am on this. I actually got in some of the blue, some more of that in the bottom. I purchased the wrong color of yellow, and there's a lot of yellow right there. So I may have that color in stash. This is done on 14 count Aida, which is called for, just some white Aida. Guys, I stitch on everything. I don't know. I've just gotten to the point to where it's not I don't like to stitch on 14 count white Aida, and I didn't want to change this. And I actually had to order this because I didn't have any in stash. So that is where I am. I told him that I may actually try to finish this for him in a month or two, and it's doable. This is in a wonderful bag that Deborah from Joyful Stitching ID surprised me with. I still cry about it. My son goes to the University of Tennessee. He goes to the one at Chattanooga, but I am a big Tennessee fan. I lived there for over a decade, and so she did this for me, and I love this bag. So it's, you know, my favorite person's projects, no offense, Steve, are in this bag. They're both my favorite people, but you know, my boy, you know how much I love that boy. All right, guys. So that was the second thing that I stitched on. We're now going to talk about haul, because I have another new start. Can you believe this? And it's part of haul because I received this on Monday. Guys, I have a lot of haul today, and please, I have no idea. It just all kind of came in all at the same time unexpectedly. And then I found out about the little antique mall that had cross stitch supplies down the street for me. So I've picked up quite a few things this week. My husband also had decided to give me a pretty good gift card to 1-2-3 Stitch, so I may have some good bit of haul coming up in the next couple of weeks, but I am trying to stick to a budget. I really am, but just understand. And too, hey, I don't need a budget when I got my husband giving me gift cards. Hey, he's laughing about that. He never says a word about what I spend. Never says a word, because I am frugal and I am careful with it. So I'm excited. So Maria, I need a lot on charts. I ordered. She is fast on these, guys. You may know that last month I had to wait, and it just wasn't sent because I was on a subscription program to get these. So Maria has been getting these for me. She gets them fast because I already have this. This is the March sampler from Country Cottage Needleworks. You guys know I'm doing all of these. You have seen the February finish. I finished stitching the January, but I haven't fully finished it, but I may have some ideas for that. So this came in on Monday, and I just couldn't wait. I stitched on this Monday and Tuesday. This is on some 32 count linen vintage country mocha. So this is kind of haul and a new start, and this is where I am. I'm going to work on this on Mondays. I have, I think, 2 or 3 more Mondays. I am, as I said, or did I say I'm off on Monday? I am off on Monday, so I plan on stitching on this quite a bit. Look at this cute little needle minder. We're getting more into the haul. I purchased this at Peacock Junction. It is a little antique store down in Adairsville where I live. I was on Facebook. This is a cool story. And my cousin Quincy, and Quincy, if you're watching, thank you. She tagged me in a post from, oh gosh, Debbie, don't be mad. It's Curryville Country Crafts. I should have written that down here, but I didn't. But anyway, I kind of said, hey, where are you located? And she's like, oh, hey, I have a booth of cross stitch things in Adairsville. I'm like, Adairsville, I live there. How amazing. So I got down there on Wednesday, and she is in here in my town. There's fabric, there's flosses, there's some flosses, and I'll show you some of the ones she had because I purchased some. Surprise, surprise. She has charts and needle minders. I don't know if I said that, but she has all of these wonderful things. I'm going to try to move my haul over here a little bit. Oopsie, some of it fell out. So I went down there, and I'm going back to purchase some more things because I have some things that, and I'm always going to share with you guys. You guys know I love to enhance your stash. So I picked up a few things. I was just kind of, I think, in shock looking at things, and it was kind of exciting to actually see these things and talk to someone who stitches. Guys, she met, and I hope I say her name right, she met the designer for Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I'm not even going to try to say her name because I'm having one of those brain fogs this morning, which I was like, oh my gosh, I am so jealous. So one of the things I mentioned, she had some flosses. Guys, I really, Amanda May at Artist Designs has really got me liking these sulky threads. So she had those, and I bought a couple of blues because there's some blue things I may be doing. And I had seen these in one of the pictures that she had, so I purchased that. I also purchased the needle minder that you saw on my Country Cottage Needlework Sampler of the Month. Guys, some people don't like this MCG textile fabric. I actually like the even weave part of it. So I am getting into pinks. I think the hands-on design fabric that was pink has kind of inspired me. You're going to see some more pink, and I'll have another reason. So I purchased some 28 count even weave from MG Textiles while I was there because I have actually enjoyed stitching on that fabric. And I don't know, maybe some of the other fabrics are not good from them, but I've only stitched on their even weave and it's been fine. And that is what Lee's Love You project was stitched on. And guys, you're going to freak out when you see this, or at least I did. She had this book. She had this wonderful, wonderful book that I've been wanting from Blackbird Designs. It is the Sweet Land of Liberty book. I have been eyeing this book for a long time, and when I saw it in the picture, I knew that I was going to buy it. Look at that. Salute to Abigail. This has the story of John Adams and his wife's thoughts on American independence, and it's got a whole story with it. It is amazing. So that they have printed in here a letter from John Adams to Abigail Adams in here. I don't know when I'll start this, guys. You know I have a huge stash and I have a lot of ambition and not as much time. So yay! I'm so excited to have this book. This is my third Blackbird Designs books, and I have done 0 projects from them, so I need to get on some. So I was so excited. So if you're watching me and you are in the North Georgia, the Alabama area, and you just want to go visit a shop, talk to Debbie. She's very nice. She's not there but 3 days out of the month. But I'm going to link her information below so that you can know more about it. Link to where she is on Facebook. And you guys can call her, say, hey, are you going to be there? She could also order you anything that you need. She is ordering a pattern for me that I'm going to talk about. I don't want to talk about it and spoil the surprise, but it's a very popular pattern. I think I told my best friend. So if you're watching, Kathy, you already know. But I'm ordering a pattern that I've wanted and said I wasn't going to get. I'm like, no, this is the perfect opportunity to get it. So I did. So yay, it's really exciting to think of having cross-stitch supplies down the street from me when it's like I have to go to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee or Murfreesboro, North Carolina. Both of those are 3 hours at least away from me. And it was really, really exciting. So 1, 2, 3 Stitch, my sisters, and I know that at least one of you watches, so hello sisters, they were so generous with me at Christmas. It just makes me cry that they honored my craft and gave me a pretty good gift card to 1, 2, 3 Stitch. And boy, did I use it. So hold on a second. I got part of it over here. One of it's just, one of the things that I ordered was just some floss. It's some wavy navy. I just needed some of this for my Black History Month project that I'm working on from Fat Quarter Shop. So I needed another. And this is just such a pretty color. This was, I don't think this was the called for colors. I think this was colors that I chose. So I am Robin at Birds Eye Stitches. If you're not watching her, watch her. She is linked below. Every week her Flosstube is linked below. She has really inspired me to want to do a bird wall. And I think I teased last week that I was going to talk to you a little bit more about that. I may have shown you this a long time ago. I don't know. These patterns, there's 4 of them. This is from a March 2015 edition of Cross Stitcher magazine. It's a British magazine. Look at these birds. So this one's on green and this one's on pink. And then you have these birds over here that are on blue and green. They are gorgeous. So I did not bring some of the fabrics down here. I've been wanting to stitch these for a long time. Last week we talked a lot about back stitching and how much I hate it. And I think my hesitancy has been, if you look really closely, there's some intricate back stitching in that. So, but I just couldn't wait any longer. And so I was trying to decide what pinks and what blues in my stash did I want to, and purples and greens. So I ordered some green fabric from Color and Cotton and some green fabric from Silk Weaver Fabrics. And I have 2 choices there. I haven't decided which one I'll choose. It's not that one is better. It's just I guess what my mood is going to be. I also, one of Brandy at Be Stitch Me's Fabrics of the Month was Lotus. If you are familiar with Brandy's fabrics, Lotus is a gorgeous purple. So my purples and greens were set. I was having a hard time deciding on my pinks and my blues. I had some blue in stash, and I was like, this wasn't speaking and calling to me. So I placed an order to 123 Stitch to get some pink fabric. I'm still not sure if this is going to be it, but this is really pretty. And I don't know if you can tell the modeling. This is 18 count cherub from Picture This Plus, and I really like it. So, and I'm definitely going to use this blue that I ordered. This is a 32 count cornflower blue hand-dyed linen. Doesn't say who makes it. I don't know if you can see it. It's almost purple. It's really pretty. But I'm definitely going to use this to stitch one of the birds. Now, the called for fabrics are all 14 count. I don't know if you guys realize, a lot of the British magazines seems like they use a lot of 14 count Aida on almost all of their designs. I haven't purchased one lately, but it just seems like that was pretty common. So this is just gorgeous. So I ordered these to see, and I'm not worried that one is a 32 count and one is an 18 count. My fabric preferences are always an 18 or a 32 count. For the most part, you know, I would do some things on 14 count for Lee, or it just really depends on my mood and what I have what I have in stash or what I want to buy. So that came in for 123 Stitch this week, along with Laura at Stitching by the Shore. She is in the Be Stitch Me Fabric Club of the month as well, but she is in the, I think she's in alternating months with neutral and the color. I am in the neutral club, so I always get the neutral. Because I really, the two colors I got, I just wasn't crazy about, even though I think I might have a use for them. Well, the color of the month, I think it was December, was this gorgeous, was a gorgeous pink. And I was jealous of it, honestly. It was a very deep pink. I saw this on 123 Stitch. This is called Tropical Linen. Again, there is no, it doesn't say who it's by. So I don't even know what I'm going to stitch on it. I just was wanting some deep pink fabric. I'm sure that there will be something that will come up that I want to stitch. I thought about doing that hands-on design, maybe doing it in the pink and making a little pillow out of it, and maybe doing it on this fabric. So that came in. 123 Stitch was really fast, and I love it. You know, 123 Stitch and Maria and Deborah at golly, Deborah, I talk about you all the time. Joyful Stitching ID. They are Joyful Stitching. Joyful Stitching ID is your Facebook. They always are very fast. And speaking of being very fast, yes, I have a new project bag from Deborah. And there's more pink. I swear this is just like the pink edition. Look at these little flamingos. Guys, I just love flamingos. I have not shown this to you. When I was in Hobby Lobby a few weeks ago, probably around Christmas, there's a big flamingo up on our little mantle like thing over there. I bought a big old flamingo. Steve, if you want to bring that over, you can. I bought it. It's been up there for a while because I don't know. I just have a flamingo obsession. It may go away. Maybe it's face. Those birds are out there, guys. Oh my goodness. It's like, yeah, they know that I'm. Yeah, here's I purchased this. Oops. So when I was in Hobby Lobby with my son, I just saw this and it was like 40% off. So I have it. So it is sitting up there. I'm going to be bringing out some of those, one of the flamingo projects this month, hopefully. You know that I make plans and I don't ever keep them. So we will see. So that is all my stitching, and then probably more than you want to know. So we're down to, make sure I have everything. I actually, guys, made notes. Oh, I missed something, and I'm missing one of the best things. So if you guys are not following Lindy Stitches, if you're not getting Stephanie's newsletter, get it. She just has amazing projects. So guys, a few years ago, and I did not download it, a few months ago, you may remember that I purchased her pattern, and it says, Alas, I did my Savior bleed and did my sovereign dice, based on the hymn, and it was just, Steve saw it, and he's like, I want it, so I purchased it. So, guys, she came out yesterday with a new pattern. It says, was it for crimes that I had done, he groaned upon the tree, amazing grace, amazing pity, grace unknown, and love beyond degree. And she has Stephanie Webb, Love Lavishly is the signature on it, which you can put your own signature on it. Guys, I had to have it. I could not hit purchase fast enough. And you're not going to be able to see this because of the glare. You're going to see a little bit. I'm going to link it below. I'm so excited that I have this. It just touched my heart. I have decided that I'm going to stitch them together, and I am going to stitch them in a pair. That I'm going to stitch the first design she came out with last year for Steve, and this one I will stitch for myself. I haven't decided fabric. Steve and I I love this. Steve and I had a conversation about this morning about how I wanted to stitch it, and I've already purchased all of the called for flosses for the other pattern that she came out with last year, and I'm going to figure out what I want to do with the latest one, which is called Love Beyond Degree. Again, these will be linked below. I plan on starting those pretty soon. I have a lot of Easter smalls, you guys know, that I am working on. I did not bring another part of haul, like I needed to show you any more haul. I did not bring it down. I'll show it to you next week. It's also a pretty cool one. It is on my Facebook, my personal Facebook page, but it's not on my Instagram. I haven't started that and don't know when I am going to. Okay, guys, giveaway. So this week it is the second weekend of the month, and you know that is when we give away a $20 gift card to Needle Art on Charts. Thank you guys for being so complimentary of Maria. You know that I just love her. She is fast, she is responsive, and she gets you whatever you want. Also, we just share the love among our vendors. I know a lot of you go to other places. I want to hope that you guys show a lot of love to Debbie too, particularly those of you who are in the Northwest Georgia, you know, Northeast Alabama, Southeast Tennessee area. Hey, she's here and she's close. So guys, let's make sure we show love to all of our cross-stitch vendors. So this week I am giving away this black 14 count chalkboard fabric because I have a ton of it in stash. I have not opened this one, and I am never going to stitch on all of this. So I ask you guys to talk about back stitching, and you guys know that back stitching is just, I hate it. But yet I'm still going to take on a couple of 4 projects on these birds with it. And it was interesting to hear about it. Backstitching was the thing in the 80s and 90s, guys. You could not find a pattern without backstitching. And Mrs. Bobbin Lacer also commented that yes, Stony Creek patterns have a ton of backstitching, and I avoid them sometimes. I love Stony Creeks, some of them, but they do have a lot. You better be prepared for a lot of backstitching if you do a Stony Creek pattern. Debbie, one of my friends here locally in Cartersville, she did a beautiful Stony Creek pattern. It was a cardinal and a snowman. Gorgeous little Stony Creek pattern. But there was a lot of, I noticed, and I couldn't tell how much, but there was some back stitching in that. So guys, what do we want to talk about this week for our giveaway for our $20 gift card to Needle Art on Charts? Talk to me about how you purchase your cross stitch supplies. Do you have a local LNS? Because that's great. My nose is itching. I might be having company today. That's what my late mother always said. Do you have a local LNS? Do you mostly order online? You know, who are some of your favorites that you use? You guys know I use Maria a lot. Now I've got Debbie, and I've already placed an order with her, another order, and I've got something I'm also going to pick up. That I saw that I'm going to go back and pick up a couple of things too. So, and we all use, I think everybody uses 1, 2, 3 stitch because they're fast and they have everything. But who do you use? Who is your favorites? Tell me a little bit about do you have an LNS, or do you have a favorite person that you order from? Just let me know in the comments, and then so that you can be eligible to win the $20 gift card from Maria at Needle Art on Charts. All right, but we got a draw for this. It's time to bring Steve on. Come on, Steve. And I'm going to move. My leg has gone to sleep, guys. It's going to be fun trying to get up in a minute. This is our second take, by the way. We were 10 minutes in when I decided to do it over. So here is Steve. Hello, Steve, and happy Valentine's Day, honey, which I've said to you before. And that's actually tomorrow. Yes, he gave me, I don't want candy and flowers. Give me cross-stitch supplies. He gave me a really generous gift card to 1, 2, 3 Stitch. Aren't y'all jealous? I'm sorry. Jealousy's not a nice thing, but yeah, it was really nice, and I almost cried. So, anything you got? So, I always give him he's so quiet, guys. He's not real quiet in real life, I promise. So, anything you got to say?
Let's get going with the drawing so somebody can. What do you got? Show them what you got. Oh,
show them, Vanna. Usually he's kind of playing the Pat Sajak.
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle, I wanted to say, Michelle Fisher, I did mail your prize from last week. It was mailed Wednesday. I will send you an email. I forgot to, but it is mailed. It's on its way to Florida. So I wish I was. I wish I was on my way to Florida. Maybe Steve does it. We went to Florida about this time last year, and it was kind of fun, but it's a lot of driving. So anyway.
Okay, they need 4 consonants and a vowel.
4 consonants and a vowel. By the way, Steve and I, we watch Jeopardy, and we kind of play against each other every night. It's kind of one of our things. We have Steve and I have a lot of little routines that are very unique to us that we've been doing ever since we've been married. It'll be 8 years, April 13th. Because that's our anniversary. We've been married 8 years, and we just have these little routines that we have done pretty much almost our whole entire marriage. And of course, one of them includes baseball. Yay! All right, I'm gonna draw. He also, guys, you know it's gonna take me forever to. You know how he makes these so tiny? It's gonna take me forever. No, not so much this much. Sally Fowler, you have one. My email address is below. My Instagram address is also below. You can contact me here or on Instagram. I usually try to mail. I mail on Wednesdays. That's just the day that I don't have. It's my lightest day at work. So I mail on Wednesdays. Usually, if there's anything weird about it, I will let you know. So yay, congratulations, Sally Fowler. So guys, once again, talk to me about how you purchase your cross stitch supplies. You guys kind of know where I go, where I get project bags and where I get stuff. And now I've got somebody new that's going to help me. My stash is going to be so huge. Not that it's not already huge. This is really bad. So, all right, guys, we hope you guys have a wonderful week. Anything else you want to say, Steve? We have no sports this week. Basically, sports for us is football and baseball. I think it's NASCAR this weekend or something. It might be the Daytona 500. I don't know anymore. I don't keep up with NASCAR.
Well, there's basketball going on if people like that, but you know.
We just don't watch a lot of basketball.
Hockey.
I know that Deborah is into hockey. I just haven't watched it a lot. We've been sporadic about having a hockey team in the Atlanta area, which is where we've lived most of our lives.
We've had 2 hockey teams in the Atlanta area, and both of them are gone. They've gone to Canadian cities.
Yeah, we have the Atlanta Hawks for basketball, and the Birds are back. Robin, they came. Now they're leaving. There were a bunch of them. Thank goodness they didn't distract me too. Thank you, Birds, for coming at the end of this instead of the beginning where I would just want to watch you, but they have all left already. But I've been to an Atlanta Hawks game. I love basketball. It's a fun sport. I don't know. I just don't watch a lot of it. I enjoy it when I do watch it, but I've only been to one game my whole life.
I like collegiate basketball better than I do pro basketball.
I like it all. But the Braves, they report, guys, just a little stitching note. The Braves will have their first game. Are they in the Grapefruit League? Anyway, they're gonna have
anybody. If you're taking spring training in Florida, that's the Grapefruit League.
They'll have their first game on February 27th. I will have a new start in honor of them starting. It's a beautiful little chart about baseball, and if you like Little House Needlework, some of you may have seen it. So, all right, guys, we have rambled now. All right, we are so thankful that you have spent some time with us this week, whatever you are watching. We hope that you have a great week, and we love you all. Bye-bye.